It's your girl, Sundaya, and welcome back to Daya Love TV. If you're new here, welcome. Hello. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also, like, share, and comment. Let me know what you think, what videos you want to see next, so on and so forth. But with all that being said, let's hop right into today's video. So I'm not going to hold y'all. I'm not even sure what I'm going to call this video. I wasn't sure if I wanted to film this video. I'm not going to even lie, y'all. Like, after my last video, which was like, I think like 2 weeks ago, I'm like, what do I want to film? And since starting my second to last class, like my schedule has just been a tad bit more busier, in the sense of like I have a lot of things going on, and my last class is a heavy workload, so I'm just like, ugh. And I want to continue to be consistent with my YouTube, and even with like uploading my YouTube shorts and stuff. So I'm just like, what videos to film next, and what I can't even talk, y'all. Let me calm down. Will I have the time to like film it plus edit it? Has just been like my struggle right now, just with me in this last class. I'm not gonna even hold y'all. This may, I don't want to say, but this may be like my last video for the next month. I will continue to do my shorts, just because those are a little bit quicker for me to like put together. But I just say that just because I'm really just trying to finish off this last class so I can graduate. Because y'all, I graduate in May. I'm super, super excited. God is amazing. That's all I can say on that, is God is amazing. But getting into today's video, which like I said at the beginning of this little rant, I wasn't sure if I was going to make this, but I was like, you know what? Let's just sit down and talk. So I guess I will call this, now that I'm sitting here, like, what can I call this? Unpack with Daya. Unpack with Daya. So this past weekend, well, honestly, I feel like the beginning of this year, like, God has just been like doing something in me, in my life. He's been moving in many ways, and one of those ways that God has moved is with my relationship with my father. So this past weekend, I actually saw my father for the first time since I was 16, and we, prior to, we actually like had like a more in-depth, like, real conversation. Excuse me, on my throat. We had a real conversation, and it was like, honestly, like, this is, y'all, it's a little touchy subject for me, just because, like, God is like just really healing certain like areas in my life, areas that I was like completely just kind of like over, and I was just like, it is what it is. Like, and that was one situation, or like one area where I was just like, God, it is what it is. But he's been trying to get to know me more, and I'm not gonna hold you, I had a real conversation with God, because I was like, Lord, what is this? Like, what are you doing? Like, I don't like, and I told God, I was like, okay, I don't know what you're doing, like, I trust you, but I'm just like, it'd be nice to just kind of like get clued in. Like, I know everything gonna work out for my good, but I would love to just kind of like just get tapped in just a little bit, like, just feel me in. And mind you, this was like, I want to say the end of February. I was talking to God, because I'm just like, Lord, what's going on? Like, I'm confused. I don't know what you're doing. Like, I'm ready to just, just write this off. Like, and so, ironically, I've been back in therapy this year, and this was a topic that like I talked with my therapist about, and she, was like just reminding like Sunday, like, okay, you do kind of have like control in the situation. Like, you can kind of say what happens. Like, if you want to just write it off as like, okay, it is what it is. You're going to live your life, I live my life. Or you can, you know, open up and let him in and, of course, set boundaries. But like, the choice is up to you. And I know that's something that I tend to forget. Like, okay, I do have a choice in certain situations. But I said all that to say, again, we met. And like I said, prior to that, like she in my last therapy session, she was like, you should let your father know, like, okay, that you want to have a conversation with him. Like, you want to know what happened, like, from childhood. Like, okay, why wasn't he there? Like, you deserve to have that conversation if you want to. And I'm like, okay, like, I do want to. So after my session, I literally texted him same day. We had that conversation. And I want to say that, like, while this is something that I've like wanted since I was a little girl, the little girl version of me wouldn't have been able to have that conversation. Like, having the conversation at 29 as a mom, as a single woman, as a woman that was, as a divorced single woman, my perspective on what was said and the situation in itself is very different. If I would have had this conversation even at like 18, 19, like I was newlywed at that time, like I don't feel like that would have even been the right time. And I'm saying that because it's like, okay, God's timing is always right. And while I was just like talking to him, I'm like, Lord, what's going on? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, what's up? Like, I trust you, but like, what's up? I'm like, Lord, I thank you, because now I'm at a place mentally, spiritually, and even physically, where it's like, okay, I can have that conversation, and I can, like, you know what, I can see it from a perspective like, okay, at 23, I was a young mom, and I understand like certain things from a different perspective. And even being able to understand, like, at the end of the day, like, the way that I may have handled, I may want a situation to have been handled, I'm not that person. I don't know what thoughts are going through their head. Like, I can't, expect someone to act or do as I would act or do. You get what I'm trying to say? So even that conversation, it went really well. We were both shocked by some things that we both said and like information that was shared. But then, like, seeing him in person and like being able to talk to him, like, he met my son, I met one of my brothers, and it was, like I said, it was a really good experience. I may include a picture on the side. I don't know. But when I tell you, it was like one of those moments where it's like the little girl in me is like slowly being healed. I'm like, Lord, I see what you're doing. And like, we talked for like a good 2-3 hours. It was like 2 or 3, like 3 hours or whatnot. We talked. We went to like a kid place because I had my son with me, and they played, and it was a really good time. And all I can say is just like, for those that I can say this at 29, at 17, 18, or even like 12 or 15, I couldn't say this, nor did I have this perspective. But I also feel like it's also like God working on me as well, and being able to like have an open heart, and also being able to forgive. Like, while I was like, I forgive him, and like I was like done with the situation, I feel like, I hope I'm not saying I feel like so many times, but looking at it, I'm just like, am I saying like too many times? I'm just like, God has a reason for everything, and his timing is always perfect. And this just brings me back to literally my favorite verse right now, which I posted it in my last video. I've been thinking about like putting it even like in my home somewhere. But where's my favorite verse? And I know it's Isaiah. I believe it's Isaiah 51 verses 8 through 9. Or maybe 55. Nevertheless, I'm gonna post it up. I get the chapters wrong, but I know it's verses 8 through 9. And when I tell you that verse just like permeates in my spirit like daily, it's just like that daily reminder of like, my thoughts are not his thoughts, my ways are not his ways, and his thoughts and his ways are higher than mine. Like, honestly, when I tell you that verse like just applies, like the Lord excuse me, will drop that verse in my spirit, and it just applies to like so many like literally every situation that I find myself in. And it's just that reminder of like, okay, girl, it's okay. You don't need to know it all. You're not going to understand it all. And you weren't made to understand it all. Like, that's the biggest part. It's like, okay, we weren't made or created to understand it all. And he's God for a reason. We just have to get out the way and allow him to be God. We just have to trust him enough and give him like, trust him and like hand it over to him. Like, okay, let me sit down and let you do what you need to do. What is better than what I know. So like, let me let you handle it. And honestly, applying that to like just every aspect of my life, I'm just like, I've been seeing God move in the little things in every area of my life. Because it's like, I know for me, especially as someone that, I tend to overthink a little bit. I tend to just like want to just be in the know. And that verse has like, it gives me a sense of peace. And it's like, it's okay. I'm not meant to know everything. Like, and even in the unknown, even when I'm just like even with this, my relationship with my dad, I was like, okay, Lord, what's up? Like, can you fill me in? Like, I mean, I know, again, I trust you. I know what you're doing is for my good, but like, just like, what's up? Like, what? Just give me, can I get it? Can you just let me in just a little bit? Just a little bit. But, yes, that was my unpack. My unpack. The little girl in me smiled this weekend. Yes. The little girl in me smiled. The little girl in me is like slowly being healed. And I remember, it's crazy because it's like, I remember having a conversation with myself, like it was like 2 or 3 years ago, and kind of like still kind of like unpacking like my daddy issues and just reminding myself like, I deserve love. Because my daddy issue story is it's a little deep, a little, but nevertheless, like with the information I knew at that moment, I was like, I deserve love. At the end of the day, the decisions made by him had nothing to do with me. It had nothing to do with me not being wanted. It had nothing to do with me not being lovable. And I deserve love. I deserve to be loved. And I remember saying that to myself and also like journaling it. And it's like, as I in my 20s, like I'm gonna be 30 in June, and like year 29 has been something, but as I in my 30s, I'm just like, and I feel like God is just really taking his time to like heal various different parts of my heart. I'm like, I deserve to be loved. I deserve to be loved gently, correctly, softly, passionately, and fully. And now being able to have this conversation with my dad as well, like fast forward to present day, I'm just like, Lord, thank you. That's all I can say. Lord, thank you. And I can say, God's willing that both my parents are here when this day comes. But as of right now, both parents have agreed to be present for my college graduation. So as I cross this milestone that will be God did it. I will have the support of my parents. And when I tell you, I am so excited, so ecstatic about that. Like literally, I was just like, I'm super excited. Like, I'm excited about graduating, but I'm excited also that like both of my parents will be there to support me. And this will be the very first time in 29 years that I will have the support of both of my parents for anything. So again, the little girl in me is slowly being healed as I am becoming into the woman that God created me to be. So as I wrap up this video, because I don't want it to be super long, I hope and pray that this reaches someone and the little girl, the little child in you can also slowly become more healed. So yes. Again, also I do want to put out another video. I'm just like, Lord, what will my next video be? When will I have the time? But if you made it to this part of the video, I would love it if you guys will leave a comment as to what do you want to see next. I may be taking like a small little hiatus on long form content, but I do want to push out some short form content for you guys, simply because again, I am like, this last class is, I'm not gonna even lie, it's the workload is workloading, but I'm just like, I'm this close to the finish line and I'm not giving up, y'all. I'm not giving up. So maybe the next long form video might be like a get ready with me for like graduation content, because I do have a couple of things coming up and I would love to like capture that for you guys. So more than likely my next long form video will be graduation content. I might have a digital get ready. Girl, can I talk? I might do my digital plan with me. I'm not sure. Because I don't have too much like planning wise things going on in April, but like it's like graduation content. So April for sure I'll have some like graduation videos for you guys. But yes, for all my safe folks, y'all keep me up in y'all prayers as I finish this last class. But no, yes, I just wanted to let that be known, y'all, so y'all don't think like, oh, she just, no, and then also, y'all, we almost at 200 subscribers. Tell a friend. We almost at 200. So if you made it this far, you might as well subscribe. Join the family, subscribe, support your girl. One of my goals for this year is I would love to be monetized. So that's why I'm like, trying to get serious and stay consistent and build my platform here. So yes, but again, I don't want to make this video super long, so we're gonna end it. And y'all, I've said this like 2 times. I'm sorry, I'm a yapper. Don't let me get a sit down video. I'm a yapper. But yes, as always, I love you. More importantly, God loves you, and stay blessed. I will see y'all in my next video for graduation content, but be sure to check out my shorts because I'll be posting them to keep y'all encouraged, motivated, and inspired, and all that good stuff. But love you. Bye. High volume. Am I really that?